kind of manufactured a few things today with some walks and different things after Friday and Saturday not being able to do
Yeah,
that.
obviously it wasn't the prettiest game for us, and Holston I thought was terrific, and then they just put an inning together. We once again have a little trouble getting off the field, and but you got to credit them. The leadoff guy, I think Baker, who gets a hold of one, and it looks like we're not gonna. We're going to blow an opportunity, similar to this weekend where we had opportunities to win a game and don't. And but proud of our guys, the way they hung in there. And you're right, they let us back into the game with some walks, but that's something we don't do well. Today we took the walks. Today we got some bunts down and gave us some opportunities. And unfortunately we squandered some opportunities, but we continue to give ourselves opportunities. And of course, Fitz at the end, makes the most of it with a big hit at the end.
Mike, when you look on the board, you see 5 runs, 9 hits. That doesn't look bad.
Right.
What do you think is keeping you guys from, as you say, becoming just, I guess, a little more physical, a little more consistent?
Well, I think part of it is just a couple of bats at the right time. We left some runners, on base, and just one more hit, or just even a ground ball, get a runner in. We had opportunities to score and extend the lead, and doing that opens up a lot of things. One, offense, what you're talking about, that next thing you know, they go to the bullpen, they use more pitchers, and you get more opportunities at the plate. But the other thing is, I think it takes the pressure off the pitching and the defense a little bit. The pitching and the defense is pitched with a lot of pressure on them, and have handled it well. Today, was one of those days where it looked like they were going to break a little bit, and where we were really good, it was 2-0, and next thing you know, we just couldn't get off the field and give up a 4 spot. But I think we're a few more at bats away from making it look a little easier.
Will and Dallas just got them a little work at least going into the week.
They're eligible to pitch. They didn't, they got certainly, rest. But when you pitch on Thursday, you got to be careful of how you use them. And the goal was, if we had to go to them, that maybe one apiece, and when we couldn't get off the field in the 7th there, we had to get Stokes in there because he was going to pitch the 8th, and then Dallas would pitch the 9th if the game stayed at 2-0. And so they're fine. An inning and 3rd for Will, and Dallas, threw a quick 9th inning, and proud of Houston. Houston, continues every time you hand him the ball, continues to fill up the strike zone, and strikes out the side there in the 10th and gets his first college win. So that's always neat.
For this upcoming series, do you plan on keeping with James on Thursday?
Yeah, going James, Parkinson, and Rollison. I don't know. Did we announce that yet?
Not yet.
We just announced that. All right.
Have you had a chance to look at State at all? Do you know
Not
how
at
they're
all.
different or the same?
No. Unfortunately, because it's such a quick week, we haven't looked at it. We practiced yesterday and tried to pay as much attention to this game as we could, but we'll work on that tonight and tomorrow.
I know it's.
You'll have to come back over from 2 to
Well,
11.
I know it's another SEC series, Mike, but is there something different because it's State that you have to communicate to your newcomers?
We will, and we always do. We're very conscious to make sure that the kids, the newcomers and the kids that aren't from Mississippi, realize the rivalry and how important it is. Not just to our school and our program, but all our fans and alumni base. And but I think once you get here and you become part of the Ole Miss family, it's quickly told. You figure that out in football and in basketball, and we're a spring sport, so they're quite aware, but they'll be reminded as well.
You talked to Austin Knight. He's obviously getting a little
bit before the game. Proud of him, and it's always neat to see one of your former players, still in the game, and going to be a great coach. His dad's a coach and has done such a terrific job, and he's going to follow his dad's footsteps and be a great coach.
You've used Kyle a good bit at shortstop in the midweek, the last few weeks. How's he done defensively?
Terrific. He didn't get a lot of balls tonight, and one of the things is Gray's been outstanding, but there's been times where we made a move and you put Kyle in, and I felt early on I didn't give Kyle enough reps at shortstop, game reps. He's played throughout the fall in the inter squads, but if you're gonna hit for Gray or do something and put Kyle in the game at the end, I thought it was unfortunate that he hadn't been at shortstop. He'd been in left field, he'd been in center field, he's run, he's hit, but he hasn't been at shortstop, and so we need to do that. It's not that it's he's going to play every Tuesday at short, but I wanted to get him enough reps at shortstop, so if we have to put him in the shortstop, he's a guy that really has played there. He's not the left fielder coming in to play, and he is. He's terrific, and we feel very comfortable with him there. I mean, he could start for a lot of teams in the SEC at shortstop.